Bro, why it's so heavy? Look at my hand. Trying to hold this up, bro. 18 hours every day.
Every day fighting. Return. This is light chain. Light chain is used for children or babies. They have to put this iron brand into fire. When it's very hot, they pierce their lips.
The lil?
Yeah. While they fix this, I use a small padlock to hook it up for them not to be able to eat while working in sugarcane plantation or to communicate whenever they are working. That was
Shalom. First and foremost, and of all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Wakahakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and the 1/3 remnant out there listening and doing this word with all faith and sincerity scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth. To you I say shalom, Lord willing. This video is edifying. It's going to be sent around now what you see on the screen. And it's a video pretty much going into some of the history of what the Israelites had to go through, right? Because it wasn't just Southern Kingdom that had to go through this torture. When I say Southern Kingdom, I'm speaking about so-called Negroes and Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians, right? A lot of people, when they think of slavery and all the brutality, that's who come to mind, which is valid, but also you can't forget that the Northern Kingdom, the so-called Latinos and Native American Indians went through the same thing. Okay, it's just not talked about and broadcasted like Southern Kingdom. Southern Kingdom's plight was, right? But nonetheless, we had to go through them. Okay, and then today, Jake is so misinformed, and a lot of Jake don't even want to investigate it because of the trauma, right? Knowing that your ancestors and your forefathers and foremothers went through this, is very angering. Okay, and it does something to you. It triggers you. All right. And I would a lot of people, Jake in particular, would rather be in ignorance. Okay. People they downplay the effect that this had on our people. All right. That's why when they talk about it, the first thing they say, well, the Africans, you sold your own people to us, or your own people sold you in. We're not the only ones that practice slavery, and slavery has always been around, but never like this, man. This was something different. The things that were done to us were, unprecedented, and have never been the tactics and the things in which they use has never been done before or since, right? Because it was so inhumane and just so brutal. Okay, absolute no mercy was shown, man. The way they did us is just, it's unspeakable. It's unforgivable. That's why the self-proclaimed white man and the rest of the nations too. But he spearheaded it, so he's going to receive the brunt of it, of the judgment that comes with what happened to us, right? But all nations were in on it, right? All nations played a part, and to this day, all nations sweep it under the rug as if it never happened, right? They'll talk about the genocide that happened in Germany. They'll talk about the genocide that happened in Armenia. They'll talk about all these other plights right? They're talking about the genocide that's happening in Gaza right now and, all this other shit. But what about what happened to us? Right? It's like people don't even, you bring it up and people get mad at you. Which goes to show you that our people have no sympathy. Nobody feels bad or even cares for what we had to go through. And even to this day, we still get the short end of the stick. Right? It was so fucked up. The things that happened to us were so fucked up that now our people have been completely destroyed. Okay, confidence levels are completely gone. They don't identify with themselves, right? They're completely bugged out. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have been broken through this slavery, through what happened to us during the time of colonization, right? And chattel slavery, this transatlantic slave trade, right? Where Israelites were the hottest, biggest commodity in the world for, centuries, right? So this had to have an effect on us, right? But then Esau and even your own people, our own people will tell you, man, we shouldn't even be, man. You see, that's the thing, man. We always talk about that. We got to move past it and all this other shit. Not even understanding or comprehending what the fuck happened to us, man. It was, it was something that the world has never seen before, man. The amount of blood shed and the amount of pain and destruction that it caused so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to this day, man. That's why you kind of feel bad for Jake because, and niggas deserve it, of course, because it's judgment ultimately. But, it's understandable why our people are in such a low condition, right? This is Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies, which Yahweh Shemawashah shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, right? And to this day, we're still playing this out. This curse has not been lifted from off of us, right? And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And that's exactly what he did. As soon as he, gave Jake freedom, he introduced another thing called Jim Crow. And then after Jim Crow, he introduced civil rights, which was a mind-fuck in itself. And now you see the results. Jake is completely bugged out, homosexuals, single parents, weak, right? Families destroyed. Divided against each other, right? They hate each other, right? No literacy when it comes to finances, when it comes to anything in governmental, right? Jake got to the point where Jake don't even want they own no more, man. Jake, at least during the times where we had yokes of iron on our necks, we sought to go back and have, to be away from the self-proclaimed white man, right? To go back to our homeland and, be free and, but now, Jake, this is Jake's homeland. Now they've been completely indoctrinated. Right? You can't tell a nigga that there's something better or greater than what he has here in America, despite all the facts that surrounds it. Despite that he was brought here as a commodity, according to the Constitution, of this place. You're not even human. You know, your property. All right. To this day, you're looked at as nothing more than, a entertainer, a degenerate, right? A charity case, because he said, one of all things, Jake go to Esau for everything. Jake begs Esau for validation now. Not only just a job, not only just, food, shelter, clothes, but now it's gotten to the point where Jake just wants to be validated. He want to be told that he's a good boy. That's where Jake is at with it. Niggas want to be accepted by him. They've been beaten down so hard and so long that they just want to be accepted. In Jake's mind, if it ain't white, it ain't right. That's why they go so hard and they get so fervent when you bring up the fact that the Most High is a so-called black man, right? And his only begotten son is in the likeness of him, right? So that means the chosen people are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They can't go for that. And then when you tell them that Esau got to pay for what he did, oh my God, they can't comprehend it. It's too much for their brain, right? But that's because they've been completely destroyed. That yoke of iron was used prolifically, right? Because our people, they don't even see nothing. They don't see nothing outside of what Esau showed them. This is Isaiah 10 and 5. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger and the staff in their hand is my indignation. And the Assyrians, of course, were another nation of people who came, right, and enacted judgment on our people during a period of time in the past. But modern Assyrians are Esau, right? Edomites, the self-proclaimed white man, right? And the Lord said that he's the rod of his anger because the Lord was pissed off, and he still is. That's why there's even a time that's going to be worse than what we experienced in slavery, which is the time of Jacob's trouble, a time like no other. All right, if you thought that was bad, wait until you see this, right? And the staff in their hand is mine indignation. See, it's all the power is coming from the Lord, his righteous anger, right? So the things in which he did was, directly given unto him to do from the Most High, which goes to show, man, you and niggas still want to play around with the Lord, man. I will send him against a hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath, and I will get and of my wrath. And against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. See? And that's what the Lord is going to do. He's gonna have it to where Esau goes back to that same spirit in which he had to put chains on babies, right? As Jake described, you put your lips through the chain and they pierce it so you can't eat the cane. They didn't even want you to eat. Here it is, you in the fields picking and slaving and, making this man all his money, right, for free. And you can't even eat what you was producing. He didn't even want you to eat it. You know, crazy, man. But your blood could be on it, right? You picking it to your hands and fingers bleeding, but you know he'll be damned. I'll be damned if you eat this here sugar cane. You know, howbeit he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. And that's what's in Esau's heart ultimately, to cut us off from being a nation. And he has, but he wants to physically do it. He wants to actually get rid of every single Israelite on earth. Okay? And he's going to make a hard case for it, man. He's going to go hard. Okay? Because the hatred in his heart is perpetual. Right? It's continual. And it only builds over time. See, Jake think that, back in the day, that was his ancestors. And, it wasn't the ones that are here now that did that. Yes, it was. See, you don't know reincarnation exists. And it's in his spirit to hate you niggas like that. You know what type of hatred you got to have? This is Baruch 4:6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye were moved, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto your enemies, or you were delivered into the enemy. So, because we transgressed and we went off, the Lord gave us over to a very mighty, dreadful, terrible nation, right? And he did a number on us, and he's continuing to do it, and he's gonna go harder. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils, and not to the Most High. And our people still ain't learned from that to this day. They ain't. That's why the Lord is gonna come with something even more terrible, right? He's gonna come with something even more terrible. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. Because our land right now is being held hostage because of the atrocities we committed, because of the things that we done against our power. The world is suffering because we went off. The world is in dire states. It's conflict everywhere. There's no peace. Okay? Evil is being put to the forefront. It's being pushed on the people, all these different wicked ass agendas. Everybody's mourning and weeping and sad, all because of what we did, right? That's why the Lord has to turn back our captivity. This is Zechariah 11:5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. Right? Because Esau, he doesn't think he did anything wrong. He think he's in the right, for what he did, and as he'll say, well, you sold yourself to us. You captured your own people and you did it, and all this other shit, which is all false, right? It's all false. But Esau, he got his money, he got his riches, man. He did his thing, man. You can't take that away from him. He did his thing. He got all his, he got the world off of what happened to us, man. Off of the pain and punishment he inflicted on us. But guess what? It's time for that to flip. Okay, we're nearing the end of our punishment. We got one, it's gonna be Lord gonna come back through one more again with that terrible judgment from on high, divine judgment. And after that, man, you know, we're gonna be out of here, man, and we're never gonna have to see anything this severe again. It's Zephaniah 3:19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and the Lord is in the midst of. He's doing that. You look around the world. Matter of fact, this information being coming out, is a testimony to that. And I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land, or in every land where they have been put to shame. And the Lord's doing that. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said Yahweh Shemel Shah. So the Lord, the next great thing he's going to do is he's going to reverse all the things in which he's done to us in a matter of a moment, right? In the twinkling of an eye, he's going to do it. And he's going to bring back glory to his name and our nation, because it's very shameful and very, it's very depressing what happened to us, man. That's why Jake suffers from the conditions that Jake suffered from today. Depression, lack of self-esteem, right? Confused. Just Jake is just all over the place, man. But the Lord, he's about to turn all that, back. And he's going to give us, he's going to make us holy again. And with that, I give all praise and the glory to Yahweh Shemel Shah, Shem Rakakudas, Wa, Ba, and DTA, DTN.